Good morning. This is Saturday, July 30th, 2016. I'm sitting here with the Star Advertiser. It's a Saturday morning here. Beautiful day in the Hawaiian Isles. It occurred to me that many of my friends don't get a chance perhaps to read a daily newspaper, and certainly not the Honolulu Star Advertiser, so I thought I might just comment on a few of the articles of the day. Front page here says Pele smiles. Take a look at that. Looks like a pumpkin on Halloween. The article says lava erupting from the Kilauea volcano vent entered the ocean this week for the first time in 3 years, a spectacle that is drawing thousands of curious onlookers. It's amazing, said Chris Falgo of Miloli'i, who joined a group of friends on a hike to the lava flow from Kalapana on Wednesday night. Apparently we got thousands of people coming over here to take a look at this amazing eruption. It can be dangerous. Apparently you have to hike in about 4 miles to get to a viewpoint, and the Park Service is trying to manage this thing, but if you stand too close to the ocean, the surf cuts in underneath and the entire cliffside can crash. It says in the article a couple of Hawaiian families left in disgust when they saw some yahoos cooking a meal on the hot lava. Go figure. Another one here. EPA rule could halt regatta at Ke'ehi. We had a big storm last weekend. I guess we called it a tropical storm, Darby, and it made a mess here. A lot of flooding. And so this article starts with a state health official maintains the water in Ke'ehi Lagoon should be safe for the state's largest paddling championship next week, despite elevated bacteria levels in the wake of Tropical Storm Darby. The water's filthy. It's got bacteria in it. And I found it kind of a humorous note here. See if I can find it. People have been trying to clean up this lagoon like crazy because this canoe race that's coming up is a big one. It's our state championships, my wife included. So all kind of people have been going down to Ke'ehi Lagoon to try to clean it up. Well, in the act of cleaning it up, you're walking on the beach. Hundreds of people are lifting a bunch of garbage and crap and trying to put it into dumpsters. Well, in so doing, apparently they're disturbing bacteria that's growing in and among the debris, which includes a couch and a refrigerator and 2 shacks from a homeless encampment. Every time they describe this thing, they mention this shack and these refrigerators and how it's attached to people who are homeless down the way. There must be some political agenda in that. I also notice it says the water should be safe by August 6th as long as paddlers don't swallow it and have no open cuts. Boy, that's a place to have an aquatic event, isn't it? Sounds a little bit like Brazil. Maybe a lot like Brazil. All right, well, that's the front page. Let's see here. This one's called Smiles Return to Sandy Hook. They built a new school in Sandy Hook where all those kids got shot and the teachers. Sounds like a beautiful school. So they opened it up to the public this week just to come in and see this beautiful new school. It's built on the same location as the original Sandy Hook school. Newtown, Connecticut. The new Sandy Hook Elementary School, built to replace the one demolished after a massacre that took the lives of 20 children and 6 educators, features 3 courtyards, study spaces designed to look like tree houses, and a moat-like rain garden. Still, many would give anything to have the old building back. God help us. I think we all know that mosquitoes carrying the Zika virus have now arrived in Florida. Don't let a mosquito bite you. This one was kind of interesting. The Air Force aims to rebuild the nation's nuclear arsenal, advancing what could become a near total rebuild of the U.S. nuclear weapons arsenal. The Air Force on Friday solicited industry proposals to build a new fleet of land-based nuclear missiles, as well as replacements for its air-launched nuclear cruise missile force, expected to cost hundreds of billions of dollars over 30 years. Why are we rebuilding, reconstituting our nuclear arsenal for hundreds of billions of dollars? Why? Here's a picture of President Obama. He's happy because his presidential library is going to be built in Chicago there. The decisions have been made. It says the Obama Foundation formally announced Friday that Chicago's Jackson Park will be home to Hawaii Natives Presidential Library. You know, we wanted that library here in Hawaii. University of Hawaii was, I think, offering to build the building. We lost it. Too bad. There are still people in mainland USA who confuse Hawaii with Kenya, you know. Yeah, the Navy is going to name a ship after Harvey Milk. Remember him? He was a great American. He was killed, I guess, for being gay. The late gay rights leader Harvey Milk already has schools, streets, and parks named in his honor. Soon a Navy ship will join the list. So yeah, the Navy's building some new ships and giving them some names here. The other ship name honorees include abolitionist Sojourner Truth, Supreme Court Chief Justice Earl Warren, Robert F. Kennedy, the suffragist Lucy Stone, and Georgia Congressman John Lewis. Sometimes the military does the most progressive things. In the most regressive organization. Remember that old saying, military intelligence is a contradiction in terms? I don't always believe it. In Flint, Michigan, they're starting to accuse increasing numbers of government workers for the poisoned water. It's about time. State prosecutors filed criminal charges against 6 more government workers Friday in connection with Flint's water contamination crisis. Here's one. In the editorial page it says, as if UH football wasn't challenged enough. Yeah, our football season here locally starts in mid-September. That's after we have sent our football players to Australia and someplace on the East Coast USA. We've got, I guess, a professional football team at our university. Go figure. But we're worried because we're building a high-speed rail here in Hawaii, and it's disrupted traffic beyond the pale. Now, of course, we're worried that when our first home game is played, half the island will be sitting on the freeway, unable to get to the stadium, and the other half will be looking for parking. Have you seen the movie Concussion? It might taint your opinion about football as the sport for young people, addled brains. This one was kind of good. This is in the money section of the paper. It says women at the controls. It shows a picture of a woman who owns a company that runs these huge cranes. We're building all kinds of new construction here in Honolulu. We've got cranes everywhere. When we first got here in the 90s, it was the same situation. And somebody told me that the crane was the state bird. At any rate, this is an article about a woman who owns a crane company, and she's hired female employees. So she's got a woman handling the crane on the left side and a woman on the crane on the right side. They're saying it's unheard of to have two women crane operators on the same building site. But at any rate, she in this article, she talks a little bit about what it was like as a woman to get into the construction industry, which was completely male-dominated. I'm thinking of Fox News right now and all of the abuse that's going on there toward women. But at any rate, she writes, I've had men hit me, tease me for having my period, and they made me walk 5 blocks to go to the bathroom. I've been picked up by my shirt, called names, and told I was a expletive whore. And I wasn't the only one. I saw other women being treated the same way. Thinking about Hillary Clinton right now and all this effort to speak up on behalf of and with women. Women have come a long way, but it's not over yet. Let's see, is there anything else in this section I wanted to note? I guess not. Go to the last section here. I always read comics. Right at the end, at the very end, they have the TV schedule. How to spend the day, yeah. But on this page, they do the comics. Thank God. I always read Pickles first. Hold still, Earl. Don't move. Swat. Oops. Never mind. It was a freckle. That's the 3rd time this week. I'm beginning to get a little suspicious. Family Circus, I guess I always read that one. It's the one in the circle there. Yeah, didn't show up very well, did it? They're at a camp. Looks like they're at camp, summer camp. And everybody's cooking over a fire here. And one kid says, I should have brought my mom's microwave oven. It's faster. We got Dennis the Menace holding a bottle at the beach, asking his mom a question. She's reading a book in a beach chair. He says, if I want to send a message in a bottle, how many stamps do I need to put on it? Last one I'll share is Beetle Bailey. I read it every day too. I don't know why. It's not that funny most of the time, but Sarge is in the commissary, I guess. He says, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I want it chunky with grape jelly. trimmed crust, cut into quarters, whole grain. And then the next frame, the chef, the cook, I forget his name now, hands him a jar of jelly, a jar of peanut butter, a couple of slices of bread, and a knife. Yeah, you can have it your way. You can have it your way. So yeah, that's pretty much the paper as I read it. Have a positive day. Be proud. Be proud. Oh, try to do something good for somebody. That's an idea that came to my mind. A random act of kindness. Why not? Put a dollar bill in your pocket. Haven't got one, but put a dollar bill in your pocket. And next time a homeless person holding a piece of cardboard that says diabetes, sick, need food, reach in your pocket, take it out, give it to him. It can't hurt. All right, 10-4 on this.